it's Disney Cars Toy Club, and today we have a Guardians of the Galaxy video for you guys. We're going to be opening up an entire case of the Funko Pop Mystery Mini vinyl bobblehead characters. We also have a giant big Blastin rocket raccoon to open up and show to you. Now we're going to start this video off by opening up our first blind box. And it does say on the back of the box that you have a 1 in 12 chance to collect each one, so there's no rares in this set, and also there's 12 boxes in the case. So I'm thinking that it might be like the My Little Ponies where you get all the characters if you buy a case, but we're gonna find out here in just a minute. Let's see who we get for our very first blind box. And we got Star-Lord. So again, there's no rares, so I can't really show you guys the odds for these. 1 in 12 chance for each. Now these are bobbleheads, so these are a little bit different than some of the other mystery minis. And the quality of this one's actually, man, that's really sharp. If you look at the paint on his head, I mean, it is flawless. It's real crisp and it's clean. It seems like they spent a little bit more time making these than some of the other ones that I've shown you guys on the channel. That's a really nice mystery mini. That's a good way to start it off. Go ahead and set him down. Of course, the mystery mini that I'm most excited to see is going to be Rocket Raccoon. I think he's pretty much everybody's favorite for the most part. I'm sure some of you guys watching probably like the other characters more, but I think the majority of people want to see Rocket Raccoon. It seems like the toys, they made more toys for Rocket Raccoon than they did for the other characters, and here he is. So here is our Rocket Raccoon, and there's actually two different ones to collect, as you can see right there. And yes, this actually, it seems like the quality of these is pretty nice. I mean, it's a lot different than what I saw with the Disney Mystery Mini Series 2 that I showed you guys a week ago. Those, the quality on those were not the greatest, but these actually look really nice. They're sharp and they're clean. And even like right here in his fur, you can see a lot of detail right there, and there's some on the top of his head too. And again, the colors on these just look great. I'm really impressed with the quality of these. These might be some of the best mystery minis that I've seen so far. The DC characters were pretty good too. Now, in every video I get asked, you know, where can I buy these? You might be able to find them at a local bookstore, but I bought this case off of eBay, and there's Drax. And some of these do glow in the dark. These two right here glow in the dark, and I cannot tell if this Drax is a glow in the dark one or not. I don't think this one is, but we'll find out hopefully in a little while if we get a second one. Some of the Marvel characters that we saw, their heads were so heavy that they didn't really want to bobble too well, but these seem like they proportioned them pretty good to where they'll actually jiggle. So that's good, especially since they're meant to be bobbleheads. And Drax doesn't seem like he wants to stand too good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on him a little bit, but he doesn't want to stand. Let's see what we're gonna get next. And I cannot wait to show you guys the Rocket Raccoon in the back. He's really neat. So here's Gamora. And her sword's kind of bent, but these actually, they bend back pretty easily, and this is going to be one where her head's pretty heavy. Now if you look at her hair's actually two different shades right there. There's a darker side up here, and then there's a lighter side right there, so they did a really nice job with that. And again, the faces look a little bit different with the way that they were painted on, so they're a lot more sharper. It's almost kind of like stickers, but they're not stickers. It's definitely paint, but they look a lot crisper than what we've seen with some of the other stuff. So that one's pretty cool. That's gonna bug me if Drax won't stand up. Maybe we'll give him a little help back there. So let's go ahead and open the next one. So no duplicates yet. Again, I'm thinking we might get one of all of the characters. That'd be pretty nice if I can show you guys every single character that's in the case. And we got Groot. There's our Groot. And again, his head's pretty light, so it actually jiggles really good. He might be the best one yet as far as how much it moves. And even though the Raccoon is my favorite character, he actually might be the best looking one. What do you guys think? You think he's the best looking one? They even put some detail on the top of his head. You can see little tiny branches right there. That is so cool. They did a really good job with this one. And again, you can see a lot of detail, a lot of lines going in them, all throughout them. And he's got real nice little paint green touches right there, and got some little green touches up top. His eyes look really cool. Yeah, they did a great job with Groot. This is one of the most impressive mystery mini sets that I've seen so far. And again, he does not want to stand, so a couple of the characters you might have to kind of move their heads around a little bit, move the spring around to get him to stand. So as you can see, I kind of push the spring back to get his head back a little bit more to balance him out. So sometimes you can correct it. If not, you can always lean him up against stuff. Next up we have I think that's Nebula, maybe? You guys can comment and let me know if I'm wrong. The movie's not out yet, so I haven't actually got to see the movie, but I believe that's Nebula. And again, his head moves pretty good too. So not only did they do a really good job with the paint and the detail on the paint, but they did a great job with the springs and the bobbleheads on these too. So that's kind of a win-win. They got both things right, which has not been the case with some of the other stuff that I've shown you guys here on the channel that Funko Pop has made. Let's see what we got up next, and then we're gonna open the Rocket Raccoon here in just a moment. Now this is gonna be one that I'm not too sure about. It might be Ronin, but again, I have not seen the movie. I don't read a lot of comic books, but I think that might be Ronin, maybe. And even he's got a lot of nice fine detail, and if you look closely, he's got like a split cape right here, and you can actually see behind it, so it wasn't just painted on. The only thing that I'm not real thrilled about with these is the weapons, because they're like bendable. It'd been better if they had just used kind of hard plastic for that, but I mean, that's just kind of a minor nitpick. I mean, these look really nice for a small collectible. And even the paint in his little lines right here, they did a good job with that. Now it's time to open our big Blastin Rocket Raccoon. Now this has battle sounds and phrases. As you can see, Guardians of the Galaxy logos right there. It's got the different characters going up the side. It's got some more on the side there. And then right here's the back, and you can select the battle sounds, push button on leg to fire, spinning blaster lights up. So if you walk in the store without even having to take him out of the box, you can go up and press the top of his gun right here.
The name's Rocket.
So as you can see, he's gonna start talking. He's gonna start talking, and then sometimes he'll fire his gun. So let's go ahead and get him out of the box, and we'll see what else he can do. Alright, so when you take him out of the box, he's going to have a tail that's sitting in the back there. We're going to go ahead and pop it in and attach it to him. Now right here on the back, it says off, try me, or on. So the try me is going to be the demo that the stores have it set on. So we're going to switch it to on. Now let's see what he can do. Now he's got this button right here that's going to make him continuously fire.
The name's Rocket.
If you hold it, I believe, there we go.
You want to get to him? You go through us. Or more accurately, we go through you.
So yeah, if you hold it down, he'll just keep going, it sounds like. Now, if you press the top up here, let's see if it does the same thing. Yeah, it's going to do the same thing. And if you notice when he's jiggling, his mouth actually kind of opens and closes up here.
I told you I had a plan.
And he also has some jiggling ears. Of course, he's got his backpack. Now, it almost looks like he'll rotate from looking down here, but I don't think he does. I think the only purpose in this right here is so that he can kind of just jiggle up and down a little bit. But he does not seem like he wants to stand on his own too easily until you put that tail on. Once you put his tail on, that should give him enough support to actually stand up. And let's go ahead and hold this.
But it's only because you're peer pressurizing me.
So he's got a lot of different catchphrases. And if you look, he's got a little light in there.
You go through us. Or more accurately, we go through you. Sleep for the danger, wait for the money, as per usual.
So from looking at the instructions, it looks like that's pretty much all he's going to do.
Rocket time.
So you press that to fire. It says press and hold for continuous blasting, which is what I was doing. Now it does take 3 AA batteries, which are already included in it. So you don't have to buy those right away, unless it's been sitting on the shelf for several months. And if you notice, he's got a little light in there that was blue, but now it turned to red. Now it's green. So he's got different colors in there. That is one awesome toy. So this is about $30. I picked it up from Target. You can probably find it on eBay as well. We'll go ahead and set him off to the side. And let's go ahead and keep going with the mystery minis. We'll move our very adorable Beanie Boo's tie raccoon right here. We'll go ahead and set him next to our other raccoon. That might be one of my favorite Beanie Babies so far. I call it a Beanie Baby because that's what they used to be called, but I guess it's a Beanie Boo. Let's see what we get for our next mystery pack. And we got another Star-Lord, and it's going to be the other one. So here are the two side by side. As you can see, they have different poses. Their face is the same though, so it looks like they reused the same head, but his body's in a different stance. One is just standing and the other one looks like it's running. Looks like he's shooting while he's running, and that one stands up on his own pretty good. Let's go ahead and open the next one. I think so far the only thing out here on the table that I wasn't overly impressed with is going to be the Drax character right here, and it's not because he won't stand, it's because when he's in that position right there, the only thing you can really see is the top of his head. And here's going to be the other Nebula, so there's two, and that to me looks the exact same. The only thing different that I see is if you look right here, he's got some silver buckles, whereas on this one he doesn't. Outside of that, I really don't see any difference, but I just now noticed if you look at his head right here, it's a lot shinier than this one, so one of these is going to glow in the dark. I'm just not really sure which one it is. But yeah, if you notice, this one's got a little bit more shine to him. So that's kind of interesting. I thought at first it was a duplicate, but obviously it's not. And let me see, does it show on the back of the package here? It doesn't show which one has the silver buckles, so I'm not sure which one is the one that glows. Maybe one of you guys can comment and tell me. Of course, I can always go test it out. I would show you guys the glow in the dark stuff. We've tried to record that in the past, and it doesn't come out very good. So you can't really see those types of toys in the dark when you're trying to record with this type of a camera. It just doesn't work too well, unfortunately, or else I would do it for you guys. And here's going to be our other Rocket Raccoon. So there's our two. And if you notice, his mouth is in a different position, so he's got a different facial expression, which is nice. He's also got a completely different body stance. He's kind of holding his gun in a different way. So that's another very cool character. We'll go ahead and set him down. And actually, I just realized, if you notice, when you put him down, he's pretty much in the same position that Drax is. You cannot really see much except for the top of his head when he's in that position. So I'm not a big fan of that stance that they're in. And the reason being is when you go to display them and somebody wants to walk by and look at it, the only thing they're going to see is the top of the head. Unless you kind of angle them up on top of something, I guess. And we got another Drax here, if I can get him out. And so this is going to be the other glow-in-the-dark one. So there's two glow-in-the-darks. So it looks like you are going to get one of every single character if you buy the full case. And again, you can tell one's shinier than the other one. And they both have silver buckles on their shoes. So I don't know if that was kind of a mess up on why one has a silver buckle with the other one or not. I kind of wish they would have made Rocket Raccoon the glow-in-the-dark one instead of Drax. But I do notice this Drax that I just opened will actually stand a lot better than that other one. Maybe this one won't stand very well because his sword is bent backwards, and I think he needs that to kind of put, yeah, I think he needs that to sort of balance himself. And this is going to be the final one, which I can't even remember which one we haven't gotten yet. I think it's going to be the metallic Ronin, I think is what it is. And that's what it's going to be. Or I guess actually this one over here that we already opened was the metallic one. So that one's the metallic one. This is the regular one. So I had it backwards. So there's a look at those two. There's a look at the back. So we did get all 12 characters. So if you buy the case, you'll get all of them. If I remember correctly, I think the case was somewhere around $80 or $90. So it's kind of expensive, I guess, but that's pretty much on par with what the other ones cost. Here's one last look at our Guardians of the Galaxy characters. The movie's going to open up next week. I, for one, cannot wait to go see it. I think it's going to be a good movie. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. That lets us know that you enjoyed the content and you enjoy our channel. This is Disney Cars Toy Club, and as always, thanks for stopping by.
Gotta be kidding me!